Hey, church. As we wrap up our missionary devotionals and looking at the lives and lessons of missionaries, I thought I'd just switch gears for a moment. We've been looking at missionaries who have served and lived and have since passed away. But today I want to focus on someone who is still alive and serving God in really incredible and powerful ways. But before we do that, I want to show you a photo. This is a photo of me at my wedding 16 years ago. Look how young and full of energy and handsome I was. Oh, how things have changed. Anyway, this dude here on the right, this Egyptian guy, he's one of my best friends. His name is Sam. Sam and I have known each other since we were in year 7 together. And we went to the same high school, we went to the same church, we're part of the same youth group, and he and I have been besties for a very long time now. Sam and I have gone through all kinds of stuff in life together, and he's always been there to love me, support me, care for me, mentor me. He's just a great Christian brother, and still one of my best friends to this day. Sam has a really cool story. His parents came from Egypt to the U.S. in the late 70s. His family are all amazing Egyptian Christian believers. And in the 70s, if you were a Christian living in Egypt, well, that was not a good place to be. You were often arrested, tortured, persecuted, or even killed. And so his family fled Egypt and came to the States and settled in California, and that's where we met. And Sam was the valedictorian in our high school year, which meant he was the smartest of the smart, top of the class. And Sam had everything going for him. He went to university at UCLA, which is a really prominent university in Southern California. And even though we went to 2 separate unis, he and I still remained friends. His goal, like his dad, was to become a doctor. And so he went and again graduated with his undergrad degree at the top of his class. But then while he was in uni, a shift happened. He had been a part of a Christian campus ministry called InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, and loved it and saw the potential with InterVarsity to reach college age, university age students, many of which who had never and would never dare step into the door of a church at all, and who had no belief and were even anti-God and Christianity. And so Sam, when he graduated from uni, instead of going on to med school, sort of disappointed his parents a little bit and decided that he was going to take a career full-time as a missionary on university campuses. So he got a job with InterVarsity Christian Fellowship straight out of uni and became the regional director at UCLA, where he was serving the campus there. And over time, Sam's role has just continued to grow, and now he is basically in charge of most of California and overseeing all the schools there. And Sam is one of those stories where he could have gone on and been a really rich and successful doctor, and no doubt he could have served God in incredible ways in that area. But Sam has this deep love to share the good news of Jesus with people that have not heard it. And in university is one of those places where people come and Christianity gets debunked, if it's even believed at all. Many people lose their faith when they come to uni as they encounter all the intellectual and philosophical arguments there are, and it's a place where your ideas get cemented for the rest of your life. And so Sam has a passion to see university age students who have no knowledge or understanding of the gospel to be able to present them the gospel in ways that are relevant to them. So Sam's been working with InterVarsity for about 20 years now. The same time I've been involved in church ministry, he's been in InterVarsity on the mission field at various college campuses around California for these past 20 years. Sam has raised up an incredible team where he basically mentors people, puts them in leadership roles. They then mentor a group of people under them, and it continues to spread. Through Sam's 20 years now of serving in this ministry, he has influenced tens of thousands of people and been able to share the gospel with so many different university-age students, and seen thousands upon thousands of people put up their hand and profess faith in Jesus for the first time. Sam is still doing this ministry, and he is, as I said, one of my best friends, and I look up to him as someone. He's technically younger than me. He's 6 months younger than me, and yet he's someone of profound wisdom and faith, and he's serving in a way that is just really important and incredible. And so even though we've been spending the last few weeks looking at missionaries who have lived in different parts of the world and at different times in history, here's someone that I think we can focus on right now, who is serving God in an incredible way, that just saw a need around him in the world that he was living in, and said, how can I share the gospel right here? And the thing is that it doesn't take someone to put up their hand and have to travel halfway around the world to become a missionary, or someone to even surrender their life to become a missionary and do God's work. You can do God's work just like my friend Sam, wherever you find yourself planted. For Sam, he just simply looked around and he saw this huge need of people on university campuses in need of the gospel, and he said, this is what I'm going to do. Similarly, you and I can do the same. Jesus wants to use us wherever we are to be able to preach the gospel and share it with those around us. So my prayer for you and for me is to be a bit more like Sam, not having to travel around the world necessarily or do anything even outlandishly crazy, but simply be people that just say, what, God, how can you use me right here, right now, in the context that I'm in, to share the gospel as well. So may you and I be like my good friend Sam. And if you would like to find out more information from Sam, or even be able to support him, he has a fundraised ministry. I would love to chat with you, and I'll put his information here on the screen, and you can reach out to him, say that you're praying for him, encourage him, or even maybe you want to even support him, and that would be a huge blessing that some random person in Australia was able to pray for him or send him support or just send him a letter of encouragement. So that's it. I'll see you later. Let's be like Sam. Bye.